All right, meeting is called to order at 9:33. Announcements, the Tea Party, our great fundraiser, is September 22nd. Tickets are $30 and they're going on sale on the 19th. So grab those while you can. Any public comment? All right, well, there's no public, so no comment. All right, any board comment? All right, seeing none. All right, have you all had a chance to read your minutes?
I didn't. Did you get them? I didn't get them. Everybody didn't look.
They are in your,
They came to
Folder.
the government email.
Oh, I know, but I checked a couple of them. I don't think they're in my folder,
well, there's a copy right here.
Oh, thank you.
Did everyone get them emailed or snail mailed
did.
to them?
I got
Okay,
them emailed.
all right,
Jack,
just
did
making
you
sure.
get them?
I didn't see it.
I know, I didn't.
Did you,
But I just got.
they were,
Yeah.
did you get the agenda? Because
Yeah, I did.
they were at the bottom of the agenda.
Oh,
They
yeah,
were the
the
2
agenda.
pages, they were 2 pages after the agenda.
Okay.
It was a 3-page
I
attachment.
must have missed them.
Yeah, I must have missed them too.
All right, well, we can wait till you have a chance to read them, and we can approve them at the next meeting if you want to do that. I think we should wait and give you a chance to read them. So we'll skip that, and we'll do minutes approval for the next meeting, because you should read them before we approve them.
Okay.
Okay, on to new business. We have,
Just
sure.
not being familiar with the order of things, when you're saying that comments by the board,
Mhm.
if it's not on the agenda specifically, is that the time to bring it up, or do you want to bring it up at the end?
You can bring it up either time.
Okay, I'll.
You can wait till the board comment at the end.
I can wait till the end.
All
Yeah,
right,
clearly.
okay.
Thank you.
Because it might come up during the course of the
Yes. So
meeting.
that's the protocol we're going to follow.
You can do whatever you want if it's something that you want to discuss during the meeting, and it's,
Right. Now,
Interesting.
Jane, did you get one of these too? Constantly?
I did, thank you. Yeah, I got my packet.
But
Thank you.
that is not the last version.
I had the
He
version
never
of
got one.
2023.
That's the
oh,
last
no,
one we
that's
had on
not the,
file.
that's not the new one.
Okay. Oh, can I go into a place and just print it up or something? Okay.
Well, that is the most recent one.
Oh, that is-
July 23. Oh, no, that's May. That's May, yeah.
Spring, yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get with the times, man. This is July.
So is, in your folder, Jack, is the,
Oh, is this it in here?
I believe so.
Oh, it is.
Okay, all right, he does
Thank you.
have it.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Okay,
I'm almost up to speed.
we all set? All right, you can comment at any time if you'd like to. Or do you want to wait?
I could give you my list of comments if you want right now, or up to you. But let me not disrupt you reading your flow. I'll do
Okay.
it at the end.
All right. So we have a date for the Century Club for Fran Therian. It's September 2nd at 10 a.m. I hope you all can make that. She's been a fixture in this community for a long time. I just learned that she was a member of the United Parish for, I can't remember which is which, I think 40 years. She's been a member of our women's club for 40 or 50 years and a lifetime Girl Scout.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, lifetime member of the Girl Scouts and a Girl Scout leader for 30 years or so. So she's, if you grew up in Lunenburg and you were Girl Scout, she was your leader. So I think this is going to be a wonderful event. Our Representative Kushmarek is going to be here. Senator Cronin is going to be here. So she'll get citations from the Senate and from the House of Representatives. I think our town manager is not going to be able to be here, but I'm sure someone will represent the town as well. So it'll be a pretty good event.
Can I add 2 things to you?
Sure.
She was one of the original members of the book club here at the center. They're going to be having a little celebration for her as well.
Good.
And Margaret Scarsdale, Representative Margaret
Yes.
Scarsdale, responded back she will be attending as well.
Great, great. I did hear from her that she was going to try, but I didn't hear that it was for sure. Yeah, that's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, fantastic. All right, so it's going to be quite the event. So try to make it. Again, it's September 2nd at 10 a.m. The Women's Club is on the agenda just because I want to get the word out. I had a couple of calls from people that were very concerned about the noontime closing on Fridays because they meet on Friday afternoons and what was going to happen and were they going to be able to meet. And yes, they are. Deb is going to stay on the Friday afternoons when they meet so that they can have their monthly meeting. So I just want to get that out since we're being filmed, and this is a good way to let people know. Apparently, they were not told by their club people that it was all set. So here's a way to get the word out. So the Women's Club will be meeting as usual on their regular Friday monthly meeting.
No worries.
All right, so Unitil concerns, we talked about that last time. We have an opportunity to address Unitil concerns, and I don't know if anybody came up with anything that they wanted to address. Like somebody was writing a letter, or I don't know if that was somebody who's not here. Anna, maybe? All right, I'll leave that one.
I do have a Unitil concern. I kind of remember when we spoke. The attachment rates by Unitil for those who want to be adding solar pieces has kind of gone through the roof. And now if you're looking at attachment, in a particular case, John, Jane and I, we have a system, we just wanted to expand it. And they hit me for $10,200 to expand it, just to expand it. Never mind the system itself and all, the fact that you got to redo the roof. But yeah, Unitil has upped their expansion rates. And what it is they're putting a squeeze on it. You do an ROI, you return on your investment, and it goes from, you throw another 10,000 in the picture, and it kicks it out almost 10 years on this project. So there's no, it's not going to happen. And we're working with an engineering company to see if we can work our way around it. But yeah, Unitil is putting the squeeze on. They're charging you a lot more. In fact, they want us to buy the telephone pole in front of our house. It's a piece of junk. They got bolts to hold it all up. And so they want us to do that. And they also want us to put another transformer that was just put up there. The other one a year ago, they want us to buy a transformer in our house so I can service our house and the neighbor's house.
That's ridiculous.
And then when we first applied a year ago, they came back and told us that to get a new transformer of that type to fit our house and expansion, it was going to take anywhere from 1.5 years to 2 years to put it in there, which means it's automatically beyond the closure date. You have to have all your solar materials in by the end of the year. So they effectively will make sure that you don't get there one way or another. And so that's their game. They don't want you on the system with solar.
Wow. I think this was Anna that gave us the opportunity. Somehow we are able to have our voice heard about our Unitil concerns.
I just looked in the minutes, and it was mentioned that we should write a letter, but it didn't say anybody was specifically writing the letter.
Okay, all right. So if you can jot those down.
Yeah, I can send you a note along with
Yeah, please do.
Okay.
That's outrageous. If anybody else has anything, and I'll make sure that we get those concerns out. If anybody else has anything, just forward them to me and I'll make sure they
Okay.
get.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, that's outrageous. We need to.
Yeah, they don't want you on.
Sounds like
Anybody else does, I can, if with your approval, I'll send something from
From the board.
the board.
Caesar said he thought the select board would sign on to anything we
Yes.
send, according to this.
Right. Well, he's not here, so.
Yeah, no, but I'm
But
saying
when
it was
he's
in the
back,
minutes.
right, when
it
he's,
said that
when
he
he's
thought they
back,
would, yeah.
I'll make sure that
Yeah,
he
which
gets,
will just give us a little more clout
right,
if it's coming from the town as, as well.
right. So I'll put it together, I'll send it out to you so you see what's going on, and then we'll have Caesar do that. So anybody has anything else besides that, because that's outrageous. That's insane. Okay, so number 4 is assessment of Friday early closures, Monday, Wednesday evening hours. So we talked about this, I believe Anna brought this up when we talked about closing on Fridays as a trial. So I think maybe before the October letter, I know you have deadlines for your October newsletter, but maybe we can address this again in September, see how Monday nights went.
Yep.
See how Friday afternoons, if there were any other problems other than the women's club. You can tell us how the attendances were going on the Monday nights, and see if anything else went,
Okay,
was,
so the next newsletter for October
Yeah.
will be sent to the printer on September 10th, so that's the day after your meeting. So we kind of have to get October set. So it might be something we discuss, and if we need to change, we could change November's.
okay,
But November may change, we're getting the crowds now, we're getting the people now. We had our Cooking for One, we have our herb series coming up, we have like Close Encounters last night. So the nights are going well now, but it's also light out.
right.
I do feel that once we get to November, when it's darker at 4 p.m., that maybe we do the Friday afternoons and get rid of the Mondays and keep the Wednesday evenings.
And with all the vacations and whatnot, I'm sure it's been hard to evaluate
Yeah.
because you've been so short-staffed this past month.
They had 20 people signed up for Close Encounters last night, and the gentleman, when he came in, was shocked. He said, because everywhere he's gone, he said everybody's on vacation, everybody's a beautiful day, they don't want to come in for it. So he was very happy with the people that he had last night. So, like I said, it's I think it's a great thing for this time of
Summer?
season.
This
Yeah.
summer? Okay. Well, let's reevaluate that at our next meeting,
Okay.
and then we can talk about winter hours changing back.
Yeah, the Monday for Fridays,
Yep.
just for November,
December.
December, January, February.
Okay. All right, let's leave this on the agenda. Okay, it's not September yet, so no financial reports. Caregiver Connection, I just have to say that these 3 gals are just spectacular, including, well, I should say 4, because Pauline as well. So I have to take my hat off to Pauline as well, but these 4 people are spectacular. We just had a meeting, and Kathy's going to give us a little report on that. I don't know where Susan is.
She's on vacation.
That's right.
Okay, and I typed it up so that I don't wander down paths. So, it's easy to do. So we're currently in the process of setting up 3 lunch and learn sessions to be held September, October, and November. Session 1 will focus on effective caregiver roles and strategies for being an effective advocate and interacting with the healthcare system. That one will be at lunchtime. Session 2 will focus on understanding advanced directives in healthcare, including but not limited to the MOLST form, which stands for Medical Orders for Life-Sustaining Treatment, durable powers of attorney, and what they allow and what they don't allow, healthcare proxies, etc. That one will be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The 3rd session will focus on understanding and successfully interacting with the healthcare system, including discussions on the roles of the ER, acute hospital stays, rehabilitation facilities, nursing homes, the difference between a rehab and a nursing home, because it makes a huge difference with Medicaid, home-based services. We're also going to address the difference between profit and nonprofit hospitals and facilities. We're going to talk about hospice, comfort care versus restorative care versus palliative care. Again, the 1st and 3rd sessions will be at lunchtime. The 2nd will be at 4. If this is successful and we have a good response, we're going to repeat these sessions in the spring. Registration will be encouraged but not mandatory, and more details will follow as we firm up. We have the 3 parties on board. We just need to iron out. We're trying to offer them a couple of dates, and I know I have 2 definite. The third person was on vacation, and I expect to hear back from him shortly. If not, I'll be calling him. I don't know if anybody has any questions, but.
That's great. I wish I had had that when I was caring for my mom. I could have used it.
Yes, yes, because there's so many people that are all of a sudden thrown into a caregiver situation. You know, I personally gradually became a caregiver. So over the course of time, you learn things. But for people, it's overwhelming, it's isolating. You know, I just so very much am behind doing this to help people out. I think it's a much needed service.
We'll be submitting questions to
Yes.
Susan to help. People sometimes don't want to ask questions in a big group, and so we're going to submit some questions to Susan to help people so they don't have to do things out loud. The session itself that the presenter will be doing will be taped to put onto YouTube, but the question and answer session will not be taped, so people will feel comfortable about asking questions.
So Kathy, what's the date of the September one?
Well, the September one is firm, and I don't have it.
The
with-
17th.
The 17th,
17th.
yes. Yes. And I think the October's the 22nd. The
I
one
just
that
put it on the
We picked
thing.
the first date that we asked, I think it was
It
the
is
22nd,
22nd.
the 29th. So the 22nd is a
22nd.
definite for the second one. The third one is the one I haven't firmed up yet because he was away on vacation.
So if you have any questions that you think would be good to have asked, send them to Susan O'Sullivan.
Yep. Or if anybody watching this has a question that they would like answered, if you email me on the lunenburg.gov website or anybody else, we can make sure that those questions are addressed. And we'll get those answers too.
So this is a great team. I can't
Yes.
thank them all enough. It's Elena and Susan and Kathy and Pauline. They've been outstanding. They've just done great work, and I think that this is going to be such a relief to anyone who is fighting this medical system and needs help. Please, please, please attend these sessions. Thank you.
Can I add to?
Sure.
So when you guys were first talking about the healthcare advisory, you were talking about how seniors had a hard time getting through the portal to do their virtual visits and things like that. That is actually being addressed with a lot of the state agencies right now. I was able to do a 2-hour roundtable with Neshoba Board of Health, the state, DeLotte Research Group, and they're looking at doing telehealth hubs. So basically, you would take a location such as ours, have a private secluded space, and we would put them onto the portal. They would have their virtual visit with their physician, and then they would be able, we'd help them if they need to set up rides or things to go to get lab work done or things like that. So that's one of the things that they're looking at very they're working it out. They're looking at all of the, what would be, staffing, what would be some of the obstacles, what is good about it. But like I said, I think having a location here where the seniors could come here, we would put them on with their doctor, they could have their visit, because a lot of our seniors, as you know, have a hard time navigating the portals, the virtual appointments. So it'd be someplace they could come and not worry about it.
That'd be
So-
awesome.
Yeah, and there's some other things that, like you guys, it was so funny because when I was on this discussion, a lot of what you were talking about as obstacles and, making appointments and going not in the area and things like that, they were discussing all of that. So it's good to know that there's more individuals out there working on this other than just us.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
It's great to know.
All right. That would be great. Update on local hospital services. I do have one. I don't know if anybody else has one, but I have this one. It just came through last night. It's from Senator John Cronin. Since the closure of the ER at Neshoba Valley Medical Center, North Central's emergency medical services has been under significant strain. Today, so that would have been yesterday, Governor Healy signed legislation advocated by the Neshoba and North Central legislative delegation that sends $5 million to our region's fire departments to stabilize our emergency response system and personnel. This significant state investment will give our first responders the resources they need until a satellite emergency facility in Groton is opened in 2026 by UMass Memorial Health. I'm grateful for the determined advocacy of our region's fire chiefs and all the work their men and women do to support us every day. A big win for North Central Massachusetts. So that's something. Yes,
If I could add some more to it.
of course, please do.
Thank you, not that I'm.
No,
Anyway,
please.
Anyway, I get a feed from my buddy Margaret.
Yes.
But yeah, it's the $5 million emergency funding for the local EMS, and Healy signed it. The good news is they have pictures, and Chief Sullivan, our fire chief, was very much involved in working with.
Yes, he's
Margaret.
in this picture.
Yeah, oh, you got the picture too?
I do.
Yeah, there he
I
is,
do.
right there. So good for Lunenburg, and we participated. And yeah, that's the big issue. And by the way, they're saying that now it's late 2026, that they'll have something there. So
Yeah.
that's one I didn't have. Okay, thank you, Deb.
All right. Well, anybody else know anything? All right. Well, that's something anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Report on the Lula Lift elevator is not good news. I met with Chris Ruth, and he was, I have to tell you, he was compassionate, helpful, professional, but I have bad news. All right. I asked him to put this in an email to me because I tend to not remember things perfectly, and I wanted it in his words. So here it is. Here's a quick recap of the challenges with the elevator we talked about. 1, installing the elevator Lula lift will take up valuable usable space on the first floor, likely in the game room kitchen, so we would lose that kitchen. It will also use up some of the limited area we have on the second floor. If we were to install it, it would trigger us needing to rebuild both staircases due to the egress code. Have you walked up those staircases, by the way? They are brutal. They're brutal. This will in turn cause several problems since the current stair layout is too steep and doesn't meet code. We might lose access to both bathrooms that are near the stairs. There is also the potential to require structural and electrical upgrades. If we did all of this work, the Lula lifts are still fairly small and would mean getting any large group upstairs would take a while. I really think looking at other options, like potentially screening in the front porch, might be a more cost-effective way to get more usable space. So he was advocating, if you want to take a look after the meeting, taking the front porch all the way around, how it wraps around, and screening that whole area in, and that would be usable for like gaming or tables out there for at least the spring and summer months, adding some additional space, and that is his best recommendation. So I think given these constraints, we need to not think about elevators or Lula lifts. He did say the parking lot is still in the budget for next year, and his only recommendation would be maybe, depending on how the parking lot works out, maybe putting an extension on, but that's another $1 million project, and that's not in the budget at this point. So the only down and dirty space addition would be, which wouldn't be too expensive, would be screening in the porch all the way around and using that.
But when you're having these 80 and 90-degree days, people aren't gonna wanna go out there either, so I think
Right.
even the money spent is going
Right.
to be,
Right.
is it worth it for the spring, because then they're cold.
It's
Right.
not that wide either, if you put a table and
It is
chairs.
not, it is
you-
not that
Yeah,
wide.
you can't walk
Yeah.
by.
But that is his only recommendation.
Yeah.
So that's not good.
Jim, if I can add another piece to your
Please do.
cause.
Please do.
There's an annual inspection fee that is required by the state. It costs about, between $800 and $1,000 annually. So by not doing the elevator, you take that over 10 years, well, that's a sizable chunk of money. So that's another reason not to move ahead with it. But we've been quoted 800 to 1,000.
All right.
I didn't think of that.
Just, I
So-
didn't either.
Right, so, any other thoughts about that? Unfortunately, and if you look at the space, we talked, one of the things we did talk about was, right now, there's the high ceiling in that main room, which cuts out a lot of space on the second floor. We talked about maybe just lowering that ceiling and getting more space on the second floor, but then that's a huge expense too,
Yeah.
so.
Structurally, yeah.
Structurally, that's a problem, so that's kind of out of the picture as well. I think he tried to think of everything he could to help us, and we're just at a dead end on that one, I think, so. All right, any other thoughts? We just kick this can down the road and
Yeah.
be done. All right, Bucky's Corner.
Well, Kathy and I have spent some time, but between vacations and us having grandchildren here for a week, we haven't done a whole lot, but we are looking at a couple of vendors that possibly might work. But, we haven't really done all that much. We
Okay.
should next month
Okay.
have more information.
Okay. All right, update on Lunenburg Master Plan. Okay, so you have a handout that I gave you. And let me explain what's going on with this. All right, there's a meeting on Thursday. This little handout that I gave you is a piece of the master plan that Chairman Kim Duffy picked out of the, I think, 98 goals, something like that. It's in this form because I have a Mac, and Mac doesn't play well with anything that the master plan is formatted on. So I had to cut and paste and play, and it didn't come out well, so my apologies. But these are the goals that she thought were relevant to the Council on Aging. I added assisted living, and we'll get to that in a minute. We were asked, each of these goals was assigned to a particular committee. These goals were the ones that she felt were relevant to the Council on Aging, and so we were asked to bring them to our committees for discussion. The date that this information has to come back to the master plan is October 1st, so we have another meeting that we can discuss all of this before they're due. Obviously, we're not going to get there before the meeting on Thursday, and that's not in the plan anyway. There's a whole bunch of discussion that's coming up on Thursday. Assisted living, I added because I brought it up that I felt we needed to have a plan for assisted living in Lunenburg, and I did not receive a lot of support because it was felt that that was too much of a task on our fire, police, and EMTs. And my response to that was, then we need to get into the budget, police, fire, and EMTs, because I think we should look forward to our senior needs, and if we can try to have an assisted living space in Lunenburg, we should do that. We should at least try to plan for it. So I think if this committee agrees with me that we should try to plan for an assisted living facility in Lunenburg, and we support that goal, that I can come back to the committee and say that the master plan committee and say that this committee thinks that that's a goal that we should have. So that's why that's on there. So if you can take a look at what they feel is in the current plan, which is provide some tax relief for 65-plus homeowners. And I know that we're already doing that, but we should continue to do that and continue to look for additional ways to do that, and encourage development of assisted living complexes. They did not put that as a goal. They put that as a nice to have, not a goal. So that's why I put down here, assisted living needed to be a goal, not a nice to have. I don't know why support community gathering spaces is in there, other than adult activity center for outdoor. I don't know why that's there, but if you can come back with some goals that are other than these, they've been kicked around for, Lou, what, 2 years now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was, yeah, it's behind schedule, I think. This
20,
was
yeah,
the process.
2020,
Yeah.
I think 2023, we've been working on these, and these are the only ones that they felt were related to our seniors. So I would love some ideas from the committee for the next meeting, and if we can all come as a committee, and I can go back to them, which is what I suggested. I said, every board should come as a group, come up with ideas, and come back to the committee and say, this is what each council, each committee says we need to do. So this is my task for you, is to please come up with what you think we should do.
I just wanted to mention, whether, with the aging of the community, whether it's an assisted living or people at home, it's gonna tax, the fire and
Yeah,
rescue people, so it almost doesn't matter.
I know, that was my point. That was my point. If you're sending an ambulance to an assisted living or in a people's personal home, what difference does it make? I didn't get real far. So, anyway, I put this goal over as a goal instead of a nice to have. So that's why that's where that is. So, if I can ask you for the next meeting to come up with things that you think we need to have in the next 10 years to help our seniors. This is all that is there right now. And we as a committee would have strength as opposed to me as an individual. That would be great. And it's due October 1st, so we have the September meeting to get this out. Okay.
So, question, adult activity center for outdoor, do they mean expanding for the seniors, or do they mean for the town to use it,
I think what
to make it available to, is that? what they're
I think it meant that we should be using all of our facilities as much as possible. For example, maybe we have band concerts here.
Which we've tried.
Yes,
often
we've
since
tried.
the Pippa
That's
was
the
finished.
kind of thing that they, and maybe, they were talking about, one of the things that came up was moving more of the town center here, moving more town center activities here rather than the lower common, which is kind of dangerous a little bit for parking and
Where
for,
the gazebo is.
yes, maybe moving the gazebo up here and having more activities up here, which would also make this area more accessible for events. So that's one of the things they were talking about.
Especially if you have a parking lot.
Yes, and that would
Yeah.
give us more push to get our parking lot, which would be great. So, those kinds of things would be helpful in our quest for parking.
That's right.
All right, so if I can give you some homework, anything you can think of that we need to have in the next 10 years to help our seniors. And I know we are already providing relief, but continue to provide it, continue to look for ways to help our seniors. And so encourage the development, do it. So it moves over to the other column. All right. Sand for Seniors, is that done?
I think we can take it off the
Okay.
agenda.
It's done?
Olivia's got everything else set up. DPW is going to be providing sand to everybody else, so.
Okay, all right, so we'll take that off.
Is that being delivered to the homes? Or do they?
For the seniors that requested from us
They would say, we'll
with the
deliver
requirements, yeah.
Okay, so I guess I want to leave it on just because how are we going to get that out to the public? How are we going to publicize that?
Yeah, we'll definitely put something out, you know, through our
Okay.
newsletter, through Facebook, through
Okay.
social media, through the town's
Okay.
webpage.
Okay,
And like I said, there is a process that Olivia has in place,
okay.
so, and there are requirements, which is good.
Okay, building permits for seniors, Anna's not here, so let's just move on with that. The kiosk is done. I want to give kudos to my husband. He's the one that paid for that, and to Pauline, who designed it. DG Graphics did it for us. So take a look. It's pretty cool. Pauline's design,
It's a nice job up there. It's
Yeah.
a big improvement from
nothing from the plat. So actually, it wasn't me. Thank you for the compliment, but I didn't do it. Pete did it. It was his parting gift to the council. So,
We'll tell Pete thank you. It looks
Yes.
amazing.
yeah, they did a really nice job. We will have to change it at some point, but
Yeah,
we'll probably have to.
but not as often as flyers.
No, no, no. So we'll do maybe summer hours, and then the winter hours will change, and then when we have our,
Bring it back.
yep.
Yep.
Kitchen staffing.
We start interviews tomorrow. No, what's today? Tomorrow, yes. Tomorrow's
Okay.
Wednesday. So we should know more by the next meeting.
Okay. And again, thank you to everybody who's pitched in with that. The staff has been incredible.
18 weeks today. It's a long time.
Whoa.
What was that, Deb? I couldn't hear.
I said 18 weeks today. It's been a long time.
Wow.
And like I said, we've only missed one meal that we canceled, so,
Using paper plates too now, you put
We
me
are-
out of business.
well, we're going to go back, so get ready. Find your gloves.
Okay. Director's report.
Okay, there's a lot of stuff coming up September, so please bear with me. You do have the calendar in your packets, but this, the newsletter, this is not the final copy, but it'll be sent to the printer today, so that it'll be out for everybody within the next 10 days. I just want to begin by, one of the things that I really, really want to offer here is the AARP tax preparation. It is so valuable. Last year at my former center, we provided 172 free appointments. We need to have volunteers to do the program. It doesn't have to, you don't have to be an accountant, you don't have to have experience, you just have to be willing to do it. AARP provides all the training, and like I said, you just have to be able to 4 hours a week, something like that. So I do have the flyer here. It is on the town webpage. If anybody is interested, like I said, we do need volunteers in order to provide this program. The other thing I wanted to let you know is we are working on the FY26 annual report for the town, and FY27 financial. We've been having some meetings to go over what the financials will look like for FY27, and our first meeting in front of the tri-board will be on August 26th. And to upcoming programs. So we had done, this is Diamond Dots, and it is very, very methodical, but it has a lot of health benefits as far as eye-to-hand coordination, meditative, it calms your heart, it's a lot of things. We had a class on Diamond Dots, and it went over very, very well. We're going to include it once a month having a Diamond Dots on a Friday morning, because it's very social too. While you're sitting here doing it, you can talk to other people. And so we're gonna start that as a new program here as well. The Cooking for One class went off very well. We had a good group here. They were shown how to make a summer orzo salad, and they were given the ingredients to go home and make it themselves. So that was very nice. We're gonna do that again, probably not in September, because September's kind of full, but for October. Aging Gracefully was a program put on by UMass Medical, and that was well attended. He's got some other programs coming up in the pipeline, and he's gonna come back and do those. Last night, we had Close Encounters, which, like I said, we had 20 people sign up. They had a great time. Topic was very well liked. Senior tax exemption presentation by the town assessor, Linda McQuaid, is tomorrow. So if you're interested in any information, even if you want to come get the information to be able to give it to other people, please join us. It'll be a short presentation, and we'll talk about all of the different senior tax exemptions. That's tomorrow at 10:15. It will be televised also, so that individuals can get the information at home too. Qigong has really taken off. It is here now, and they've been doing it out in the pavilion or outside or inside if it's too hot. Pictures were on Facebook. We had 10 participants at the last class. Life After Loss Grief Support Group is the second Thursday of every month, and that is being well received as well. Coffee with the Chief is this Friday at 9 a.m., so if you want to come down and have coffee and donuts, join us. Henna Design is on Monday, August 18th from 4 to 6. So come down, they'll put a nice little henna design on your arm. It's like a temporary tattoo kind of thing, and it's really interesting. And she'll tell you the story behind henna. Book of Wishes. One of this woman, her father lived here in Lunenburg. She took care of him, and being a caregiver, she didn't know what she didn't know. So she actually put together a book that has all the information about what you need to know as a caregiver, or what you didn't think you needed to know, but you really do. And it goes into the end of life as well. That is going to be videotaped as well, and also it'll be a second one on September 8th at 4 p.m. Not this Wednesday, next Wednesday, August 20th at 3 p.m., Sunshine Boys will be here outside. We'll have a little concert out in the pavilion. And then, of course, the last Friday of every month is the Memory Cafe, and that last month was overwhelming participants, and we're really happy about that people feel that this is a nice, safe place to bring your loved one who may have some cognitive deficiencies. Coming up in September, as Deb said, we have the Century Club on September 2nd at 10 a.m. Fran Therian is the recipient. We have a wine tasting luncheon at Hardwick Winery coming up, and that trip is being sponsored by the Eagle House supporters. The Lunenburg Historical Society has 2 presentations coming up. One is on school days, going back to the 1700 to current day, and then the other one is on George S., I'm going to say the name wrong, Boutwell?
Boutwell.
What is Boutwell?
Boutwell.
Boutwell. And that one is on September 29th at 1 p.m. And we have on September 18th at 10 a.m. our first Dull Men's Club meeting, led by our own dynamic duo.
Dull men, really dull men.
Oh, I would not
So-
say that.
So it should be a lot of fun, and we're looking forward to having that group here. As Deb said too, we do have the Tea Guild's High Tea Party. Will take place on Monday, September 22nd, and tickets go on sale August 19th. And because of this fundraising event, there will be no programs on the Friday and the Monday, so September 19th and September 22nd. Healing Herbs is taking place starting on Monday, September 8th. On Tuesday, September 16th, we have a Grandparents' Day luncheon. So if you are a grandparent, you can sign up for lunch. Lunch is no charge for grandparents. And we do have Bill McCarthy will be performing at that. He'll be the entertainment at that luncheon. Also on September 23rd, we have Outdoor Day. The staff, we all feel that the outdoor space is not being utilized to its full capacity, so we're going to have an outdoor day. So we'll have the police chief here in the morning for his coffee with the chief. We'll have entertainment. Sean Fullerton will be here playing music outside, and we'll have bocce, shuffleboard, cornhole, and we do have a barbecue chicken lunch that you would have to register and sign up for that on that day. So hopefully everyone will join us outside, and it'll be a great sunny and 75 day. Best of Times Travel is going to be here on September 24th at 10:30 to talk about all of their upcoming trips for 2026. They have some new river cruises, European river cruises, some locals things. They do have the Boston to Bermuda cruise. So basically, they're going to tell you all about it and how you can take advantage of these trips. We are going to do a community spaghetti supper. So this is going to be open to the community on September 24th from 4 to 6. And you can come at 4, eat and leave, or you can come at 5. You can, anytime in that period, you can come in. We will have entertainment provided, and it's going to be, like I said, from 4 to 6. We do have some help from other organizations coming in. So, like I said, there's more information coming at your next meeting. I'll let you know more as this is forming. So we want to get everybody in the community together to come in our building and see what we do here, what we have here, and be familiar with it. We do have the Caregiver Resource Connection Lunch on September 17th, as Kathy said, being sponsored by Loving Light Home Health Care. We have a little fun thing we're doing in September. We bought a bag of little Sasquatches, little Bigfoots. And we're going to hide the 8 of them throughout the building. The Eagle House supporters have donated 8 gift cards. So if you find a little Sasquatch hidden in the building, bring it to the front desk and receive your prize. So, and that is in honor of Sue Doherty, just so she knows. And I said the Historical Society is doing those 2 presentations. And the rugs or the flooring is going to be going out to bid. So we'll be replacing these very worn, stained rugs with new flooring. Also, the town is replacing all of the doors with key cards. So they've replaced all of the locks, and they'll be moving on to the key cards coming up soon. And then the only other thing is I've been invited to be a guest speaker and run a breakout group. Senior Connections in Worcester is going to be holding a caregiver summit at Clark University on September 29th. And I've been given the topic of navigating hospice, compassion and resource for caregivers. And as you probably, some of you may know, I did hospice care for 8 years. So that is, and going with the caregivers as well. And the only other thing I wanted to add to that is the town has Touch a Truck coming up. We haven't decided what we're doing or if we're doing anything there yet, but we've been invited to. It's August 22nd from 12:30 to 2:30, so bring the kids. There's going to be a lot of things there. They also, Devon's has Clear Path for our veterans, and they have 2 veterans programs coming up. Veterans Candlepin Bowling, which is Friday the 15th. So if any veteran wants more information on that, they can let me know. And also, the veterans have a program where a veteran can come. There is a waiting list for it, but they go to a woodworking shop and they build a flag out of wood. So if any veterans are interested in that as well, let me know. And I think that is about what I have.
Great, thank you.
Take a breath.
All right.
Through you, until I had this last couple of meetings, I really didn't have any understanding of the amount of things you folks are moving and what you're providing to the community. It's spectacular. And I'm thinking, why doesn't everybody know about this? This is really good. In fact, the realtors would love to find out about this because it says something about our community. It makes us more attractive. And Kathy, I absolutely love what you're doing in terms of the caregiver piece and just the litany of stuff that you've come up with, Deb. Can we get time at the selectmen's meeting? Just 5 minutes once a month or something like that after our meeting, just to update the community? A lot of people, well, it used to be Tuesday night fights, but you left. So,
Because I was the cause of that. Yeah. I think I was the referee.
but
Well-
if we could consider having something,
Well, Caesar's our liaison to the
Right,
select board,
right.
and he, had he been here, would give an update to the meeting.
Yeah, but
And
it's only a small piece of
I
what
know.
Deb just presented.
I know.
And I think that 5 minutes or so, it will be well worth it in terms of helping us cement the community and helping overcome this social isolation dilemma that we have with our seniors.
Well, one of the things that's good is now we're being televised,
Yeah.
and we
Maybe
can
the
get out
Ledger
there in the
would like to
community.
do an article
That would-
about everything that's being offered to our seniors. That
And-
might be a cool.
Our local cable has, local, what do you call it, local access TV?
Yep.
Local access TV, Joan Toll has been in contact with us. She's going to be, we're going to be doing more things with her.
Good.
Maybe doing, upcoming, things. She's also going to, we're looking at doing a program on reminiscing, where we have some people just, for a limited amount of time, talk about growing up in Lunenburg and how that was and things that are different now than then, and, what they enjoyed then. So that's one of the things Joe is working on as well.
Yep, I agree.
Could I make a couple of comments about the schedule?
Sure.
Well, not the schedule, but, number one, you had mentioned something the other day about the piano and somebody,
That piano has been dubbed surplus by the select board. So
Okay.
that one will be going away.
okay, because we really don't need it with the other.
Yeah, we
one.
don't need two. in
And
the same
also
room.
Isabella Stewart Gardner. was that true?
We are going to do that in the spring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we do have, like I said, we're doing the wine tasting in September, and in November, we have Queen, not the real group Queen, but a tribute band of Queen, so they're
Oh.
going to be doing that trip in November.
Okay. All right.
And I think Isabel Stewart is really nice in the spring, because all the flowers in the garden are coming out
Yes,
and things.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Barbara's not here, and it's too bad because it's her birthday, and I was going to wish her a happy birthday. Happy birthday, Barbara Coulomb. So we don't have an Eagle House supporters report unless somebody was at,
There was not a
there
meeting
was not a meeting.
this month, and I was only in the meeting for very few minutes
Yes,
the month before, so,
All right,
you
well,
know,
we
they're
don't,
working on stuff. They've got
Oh, I
some good
know. They do.
ideas, and they're working on it. I know
I
that
know,
much.
yeah.
One mentioned the
Blankets?
blankets out there are absolutely beautiful.
Yes.
And we're gonna, now, is one gonna be raffled off now and the other one closer to Christmas, or?
I'm not sure when they're being raffled off.
Yeah.
I just know she's got the, she's creating the tickets,
Yeah,
and people will be able to just staple their money to the ticket and put it in their box. But they are here for everyone to see. It's a woman from Lunenburg who does a
Patty.
fabulous
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
I don't
She
know.
actually donates them to the center here too for individuals.
We've been doing those for the Boston Post cane people, recipients. So she's been
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyone have notices and communications? Anybody hear from anybody? Anybody donate $1 million to us? that we didn't know about? Anybody win the lottery? Jack, you had some more
Okay,
comments.
Can I give you some updates?
Please do.
Okay, the means testing program, our hero here, one of part 2. Well, guess what? We now have a second customer delivered to the Board of Assessors last night or yesterday. And it's a really good program. This is really, really good. The limits, and your house can be worth $540,000. You can have an income that's up to $109,000. And it's easy money for those people that need it. It really is. So if we could, and then Pauline's been doing a great job, right, talking to us and trying to help us through this, but we're up to number 2, Lou. And in fact, tonight they go in for the review and see if they'll approve it. The thing I'd like to point out is that September 3 is the deadline. So if you're gonna get anybody, and if you know anybody that's thinking about it and want to explore, we don't have much time left. So if we could do that. And
come tomorrow at 10:15.
oh yes, that's my second note. That was my second note there, but you're right, you're absolutely,
Yes.
10:15. Linda McQuaid, she's gonna go over all these things and she's gonna answer any questions for anybody. There's a lot of opportunity here. In that regard, also my 41A deferral program that kind of fell flat in its face because I thought the town had actually approved it. In fact, if you Google it, it says, yeah, Lunenburg has approved it. It did not. So we're going to, with your permission, Deb, I'd like to draft a warrant.
Please.
To going to the town via the Council of Aging, asking the town to approve the 41A.
Please
So,
do that. That'd
okay,
be,
if that meets with your approval, you'll have it. And I know somebody might even help sign it too.
I thought we already had it as well.
Oh, we all did. We all did. And
Yeah.
we had even documents where we went and updated all the 41s to have all sorts of pieces. And there's a specific piece in the deferral says it has to be approved by the town. And we could not find that. And hence the Board of Assessors said,
thought we
we can't
did.
do this.
I could have sworn we did that.
It's nuts. It's nuts. I have one of our customers lost the ability to get between $5,000 and $6,000 deferred this year, and they can use the money, but there's nothing that we can do. We even talked to the lawyers at Department of Revenue, the head of the revenue, and they said, no, you can't do it. The town has to approve it. And I respect that because, yeah, if we're going to open up that kind of door, it's not going to really cost the town any money, but yes, the town should have a say in it. So we'll get the warrant in there and we'll do it through our group, and that's always good for our group too, no matter what. So that would be the means testing piece. Just our dull man's group. Our dull man's group. I've been in communication with Terry Ignano from Clinton, who you worked with there. Terry and I are throwing some things back and forth. I'm going to start, if we're going to start in September, I need to start recruiting members, and I got a couple people, but I need to build a quick brochure in terms of what it is. And when I first started that, but I realized it's a good weapon to help address social isolation by our seniors. And it's a real friendly group, there's nothing pressing, and so anyway.
Would you like me to read you the caption we got offline?
You go ahead,
A
yeah.
place to slow down, enjoy simple, everyday things, escape the troubles of life today. We do more than watch paint dry. The Dull Men's Club is a community of individuals who share their mundane experiences, often with a humorous twist. They discuss various topics, including card maintenance, food exploration, DIY projects, nature, and insect encounters.
Yeah.
Inside.
You said that. Sorry, a question, Deb?
Yes.
One of the topics that seems to come up is all the spam going on, spam calls, thoughts. But for that matter, there's a lot of dishonesty going on out there with regard to builders and things like that. What can you do? And that's what I love Anna's piece there. I'm looking for topics. If anybody has any ideas, and you probably have 100 of them. And in fact, Terry sent me a list of all the ones they had addressed. So I gotta get my button here. But yes, that's going good. The Margaret Scarsdale, I'm on their ambassador group. We're having a meeting tonight. If there's anything that Unitil will show up for sure, we'll push that and say we're drafting a note from this group, if that's okay.
Yes.
And saying that we're petitioning the selectmen, as well as we would like to petition their group to see if they couldn't do some investigation and looking into that. Would that be okay?
Yes.
If I said that tonight?
Absolutely.
My chart training session, I love that idea. When? When are they gonna start? The flags honoring the veterans. Are we doing that? Who's doing that? You know, the flags around town, they have a picture of somebody up
I
there.
think that's the select board. Is it?
Is it the select board?
Someone brought it up
So,
at
yeah,
the
last
select,
meeting, I didn't get who was,
someone brought that up at the select board meeting,
yeah,
and I heard nothing after that,
okay.
right? Did anybody watch that select board meeting?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was here, but it wasn't.
Yeah,
No,
I
it
thought
was the
right,
select
too.
board.
People have been asking me about it, that's why I was wondering.
Someone brought it up to the select board, and
Okay.
I haven't heard anything since, but they haven't met for a while. It's been executive sessions and no meetings. If Caesar, you know what, I'm gonna text Caesar about that.
And find out, because I got a guy, I go to buy a flag and just put it up for him, just, not to just embarrass him.
No, I think they're
No,
not, well, maybe we're talking about two different things. What I'm referring to is you have a picture of the
Yeah.
person in uniform, and then it's displayed somewhere along the road?
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, okay, is that called the veterans flag?
Yeah.
Leominster has.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
My uncle.
Fitchburg has
Yeah,
that,
Peter
yeah,
has them as well.
yes, okay. So we're talking about the same thing?
Same thing.
Yes, that was brought up at the select board meeting, and then I haven't heard anything else.
Yeah. And
So
we're-
I'll text Caesar
That'd
about
be
that.
great, because that once again would give another nice flavor to the town. You know, it makes
Yep.
Lunenburg more warm and personal, and that's.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. Okay, so you get that one, Deb. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, and on the permit and the deferral, and March Ambassador, I got that. And thank you very much. This is a great meeting. This really is. Thank you.
If I could, first of all, I think it's a great idea. Those are so cool in Leominster, you know,
Yeah.
to see those.
Oh, yeah.
And I can't think of the name of this book, but many of you are probably familiar with it. There was a book that featured 10 local World War II veterans about 5 years ago. I picked it up at an air show at that Sterling old military equipment museum, whatever, the aircraft.
The American Heritage Museum in Hudson?
And
That's the
Hudson?
one.
Hudson.
Not
Hudson.
Sterling, what am I talking about? It's Stowe or Hudson, I
Yeah.
guess. But the author was there, and I got to pull this book off the shelf. I usually remember at least the name of every book I've read. I can't think of the name of this book, but it features like names everybody here would recognize. I mean, I didn't even grow up here, and I recognize some of these names. So I'll pull that off the shelf and maybe bring that next time. I just think it just feeds into this whole discussion, because when you see those banners up, say in Leominster, I mean, I search those. Like when I see those names, I look the names up. You know, like who is this person? So anyway, I'll bring that book.
Great, thank you. All right.
One more comment. I just wanted to thank Deb, Pauline, and Michelle for the incredible 18 weeks that you have made meals and planned meals. Is incredible, and everyone should be so thankful that we have you guys.
That's above and beyond.
I know.
Thank you. Any other comments? Well, thank you all for your contributions. Thank you for being here. I love how this council is so digging into everything, and you're wonderful to work with. Do I have a motion for adjournment? So moved. Second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Oh, no.
Sorry, did you just finish?
We just
Yes.
Okay, good.
Well, we
sorry.
still have her come back. We haven't.
Oh, we have
you
not-
clapped your hands yet?
We have not, well, anybody opposed to adjournment? We are adjourned. Sorry.
No, that's okay. I came as soon as I finished. I was just at town hall.
I know.
Yeah.
All right, well, we are officially adjourned at
Yeah.
10:37.
But